Believers IAS Academy. In this video, we are going to look at Indian physiography. Indian physiography forms a very important part of your mains in GS1 and also in your prelims paper 1. Alright. So basically, Indian physiography can be divided into the Northern Mountains, which is going to include the Himalayas, the Trans-Himalayas, Greater, Lesser and Outer Himalayas, and also the Northern Plains, which is going to include Gangetic Plain, Brahmaputra Plain, and then the Peninsular Plateau, which is going to include your Deccan Plateau, Central Highlands, and even the Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats. Then the coastal areas, which is going to have the Coromandel Coast, Konkan Coast, Malabar Coast, and then the islands, Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and Lakshadweep Islands, and even here the desert and semi-arid areas, which is going to include the Thar Desert. Alright. So in this video particularly we'll be looking at the Northern Mountains, which is basically the Himalayas. So Northern Mountains can be divided into three parts. That is the Himalayas, the Trans-Himalayas and the Purvanchal Hills. So first we look at the Himalayas. Again you see Himalayas can be divided into Greater Himalayas, Lesser Himalayas and Outer Himalayas. We'll be looking into each of them. So first, Himalayan mountains. Himalayas are the young fall mountains. Why are they called as young fall mountains? Young because if you compare them with other mountain ranges, it is very young. So let's say Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats have been formed very like long years back, millions of years back. But when you take the example of Himalayas have been formed only a few million years back, and they are still in the process of mountain building. Their height is increasing, so they are young mountains, and because of this the area is also prone to more earthquakes. And fall mountains, why? Because this has been formed when the Indo-Australian plate actually converged with the Eurasian plate. Alright, this is how it has been formed, and as a result the crust of the earth has been folded in this area, alright, which gave rise to the Himalayan mountains, and that is why it is known as young fall mountains. And it is also the highest mountain range in the world, and it actually has very huge strategical importance for our country. Why? Because it is extreme cold, it is snow and rugged topography, because they have very difficult terrain over there, and it is having extreme low temperature. It actually prevents our enemy states from invading to our boundaries, to our border areas. So that is why it is strategically important for our country. And they run from west to east direction from Indus to Brahmaputra along, and it's going to be around 2,500 kilometers. And if you take the width, that is, as you can see here, it is running around 400 kilometers over here, okay. And but in the northeast side, it is only going 150 kilometers. So if the question comes where the width is more, it's in the western side where the width is more, and in the eastern side the width is less. You don't need to remember the number, but you need to know where the width is more and where it is less. And as I said, it is divided into three parts. The Greater Himalayas are also known as Himadri. The Lesser Himalayas, the range that is south to that, is known as Himachal or Lesser Himalayas, and the one that is even southmost to it, that is known as Outer Himalayas or Shivaliks. So we'll first look at the Greater Himalayas or Himadri. So it comprises of very important ranges and peaks like the Mount Everest is a part of Greater Himalayas, even the Kanchenjunga, the Makalu, Dhaulagiri, Nanga Parbat, etc. is part of this Greater Himalayas. So it is marked by Nanga Parbat over here and Namcha Bawa in here. Alright, so that is the west and east extension, the extremes these peaks are going to mark. And actually, Mount Everest is the highest peak of the world, and K2 is the highest peak of Himalaya in India. So why K2? If you search in Google, you will find Kanchenjunga as the highest peak in India. Why is this? Because K2 is actually right now located in POK, which is Pakistan occupied Kashmir. And from India's perspective, that area belongs to our territory. So we have to consider K2 as the highest peak of Himalaya in India. Alright. And also mountain passes are very important here. So in Greater Himalayas you have mountain passes like Baralasla, Shipkila, Natula, Sojila and Bomdila. And it is also very important that you mark these passes in which states they are. Okay, because prelims directly these questions have been asked. And the Ganga and Yamuna rivers also originate from these Himalayas. In this map you can see a better classification. Here the Greater Himalayas, this area will be the Greater Himalayas, and then south to that the Lesser Himalayas or Himachal, and Outer Himalayas and Shivaliks. So beyond this Greater Himalayas, you will find the Trans Himalayas, which is going to include the Ladakh and also the Tibetan Plateau. Alright. So second and next one is the Lesser Himalayas or Himachal. So here the prominent ranges like Pir Panjal, Dhaulatar and Mahabharat ranges are going to be a part of Himachal, and it comprises of many famous hill stations like the Darjeeling or even Dalhousie, Shimla, Chakrata, Mussoorie, even where the IAS Academy is located, Nainital. All these important hill stations are actually located in Himachal, okay, in the Lesser Himalayas. And it also comprises famous valley like the Kashmir Valley. The Kashmir Valley is also located in Himachal. So this is very important. Okay. And then the Outer Himalayas or Shivalik. So it is the outermost, the southernmost part of Himalaya, and the altitude varies between, okay, these numbers are not very important, and they have low hills like Jammu Hills. Jammu Hills is a part of Outer Himalaya, and the valley that's lying between Shivalik. So the valley that is going to lie between the Shivaliks and Himachal, it is known as dunes. Okay, it is known as dunes. Dehradun, Kotli Dune, Patli Dune, these areas you might have recognized, right, these names. So this is the area that's between the Himachal and also the Shivalik. So in this area, if this is Himachal and this is Shivalik, the in-between area is called as, in-between valley is called as dunes. Now the Trans Himalayas, what lies beyond Himalayas? The northern area, see here you can see if this is Greater Himalayas, okay. What lies beyond that? The Ladakh area, the southern part of Tibet. This area will form is part of Trans Himalayas. So their altitude will be lower than the Greater Himalayas. Greater Himalayas altitude is more, and it goes parallel to the Saskar range, and above that there is Ladakh range you can find there. Okay, and the Indus River is actually flowing between Saskar and Ladakh range. Between Saskar and Ladakh range you can find the Indus River flowing. Alright, that happens in the Trans Himalayas. And the next one is the Purvanchal Hills. The Purvanchal Hills is actually the Northeastern Hills. That is, it is going to consist of Naga Hills, Mizo Hills, Padkhoi, Mishami, and also the Meghalaya Plateau, which is actually said to be an extension of the Peninsular Plateau. It is also part of the Purvanchal Hills, Garo, Khasi and Jandia. So here you can see Meghalaya state, Garo is coming here, Khasi, Jandia. Let's have a better look here. Mizo Hills you can see here, north of that, Naga Hills is here, Bareil range is in between that, Patkai is here, and even Garo, Khasi and Jandia. This will be the Meghalaya state, and this will be Mizoram, and this will be Nagaland. So like that. So this is the Purvanchal Hills, the northeastern part of Himalayas. Here you can see a syntactical bend of Himalayas happening. Alright. So that's all about Northern Mountains. For more such videos, do subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also visit our website where you're going to see our course structure that we are providing, believersias.com. You can follow us on Telegram and Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. You'll be getting all the updates, current affairs, blogs, quiz, infographics and much more. Thanks for watching this video.